song. Well, it's a middle. Such a great solo. I play it again. Such a happy song. Wow, and so great to play, so enjoyable to play, and I believe it's played in open G tuning, as you can tell probably. But the inspiration for learning this song actually comes from the channel Ismail's Guitar World. Sorry if I read it wrong, but if you're watching, you're great. And so that's basically a young pal from USA who's playing, boy, just great. I mean, he's playing like this at the age I haven't even started playing. So you can imagine how I feel. I want to quit. But anyway, I tried to learn this song, and I immediately, even after I watched the video, I actually thought about, well, that fingering here looks too strange for what Mark would play. And so that's the first thing I tried to play. So I went like this E, and then this shape, which is like a D extension. And I thought that sounds too hard to play. And Mark sometimes uses this shape, so it's like this A, open A string, second fret, and 5th fret, just to get this. If you imagine this being open A, it's this neutral nor major nor minor, so he sometimes uses that, but this it looks strange. And Occam's razor tells us that if something looks too hard or too hard to play, then it's probably not the way to do it. And so I thought about trying some different tunings, and the first guess was open G tuning, because it's the most popular by far tuning Mark uses. And so voila, the song played itself. And it wasn't that particularly hard to investigate, because there is actually a picture of Mark from late 70s, I believe, where he plays this on a 12-string guitar, because it was played on a 12-string guitar. You can recognize the sound, this double strings, and so mandolin-esque type of sound, and you can instantly recognize that. And in this picture he plays on this 12-string electric guitar, and it can be only one song basically, so it can be only Angel of Mercy, because that's the only song. And he actually plays with a slide in the second part. I believe he played without a slide the second part, but for the second part he plays with a slide, and everybody knows that he's really good. Mark is really good with playing slide and open G tuning, and so I think that tells you that that probably was open G tuning, because in order to play slide in standard tuning you basically need to be a virtuoso. And so, but anyway, it wasn't really hard to guess, and so everything else was just simply laying down the song, which is like E, D, C for the verse. It's just what I love about Mark's early songs is that they so simple and not primitive at all, just really simple, minimalistic, and so it's really, the song has only 3 parts. So the verse is E, D, C, but what he does here is he adds this rhythm. First of all, that is this. So this additional rhythm with the slaps, and then this bass or rhythm before the bass, and cherry on top is this short note, 2 frets from the bar thing. So it's the bar on the 9th fret, and the short note is on the 11th fret, and it continues. So this chord is on the 7th fret, and the short note is in 9th fret. I play it with an index finger, but it's actually more logical to play with the middle fingers, because it's already on the 3rd string. But that's too uncomfortable for me, and so I prefer just using the index finger. But the second note is really short one, so it's like, and I release the left hand completely, and a slap. But here I actually hold the index finger the whole time, so it's release, release, hold. that's it for the verse. So not terribly hard. Bum, 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 bum. Only 3 chords and 1 general rhythm. So it leads to the chorus, which is again a 3-chord chorus, a really simple one. So angel of mercy, angel. But this, I'll talk about it in the chorus. So it's a really simple chorus, and it continues the same. So it's C, G, E, G. Can't get any more simple than that. And so, but in essence, what it is this cool rock and roll, really rock and roll rhythm. And when Mark says that Dire Straits is a rock and roll orchestra, I mean, it's songs like this, which is a simple, bare bones, just straight up rock and roll. So it's and I actually prefer sometimes to play it like that, so it's like instead of this third string melody. I sometimes play just straight up this rock and roll pattern. It just reminds me of I Wanna Hold Your Hand. But anyway, it's just simple rock and roll pattern. And the only one other part in the song is just this. E to G. Oh no, it's D to G. Back to the verse. So you have 3-chord verse, then 3-chord chorus, and 2-chord this bridge section, and that's it. It's the whole song. And of course, the part everybody sort of likes about this song and wants to learn is of course the solo. And let me tell you, when you try to play it in open G tuning, it plays itself and it sounds so beautiful. And it's incredibly hard actually to pull off in standard tuning, I must admit. So, but what I play here is I slide, and already it's much simpler than to do anything else. So. And then what I do is I add this melody on the 7th fret, and then the actual melody is like this. So, but what I hear on the record is this shape here, which is 5-5-5-8, and this is actually the exact shape that gets played later on in the song, and this tremolo things, and here it gets played for a split second, so to go to the open G immediately, so like this. And a simple strumming. And the next section is actually a single note line melody, which is something like that. Of course with harmonized beat here, but essentially it's a single note melody, but it starts before the bar, so it starts like that. So the downbeat is here on the first fret. One, two, three, four, one. Same shape. And then two notes together. And all it is, it's really it's a single note melody, so I only feel this unusual rhythm, just simple triplets going, so simple open G shapes. Then here it's and the reason I play it here, so it's 5, 4, 5, is because I want to this phrase to sound really short again. That's this. I could play something like, but it's harder to control, so what I do is play this closed shape, how it's called, and then again a single note melody, so or you can come up with all sorts of melodies, but what I like to play here is then again a beautiful melody here. Going to this C to D. And then it's this bluesy part, which is C chord on the 5th fret with added 8th fret, so it's And this again is cool tremolo thing, and I don't know how to call it, so it's like it's a really fast up and down movement. Just make sure to land on the up movement, so then probably my favorite part of the of this solo, which is this. It's like the previous, like this melody here, but only 2 frets up, so and it's very singable, so it's and then don't forget about this melody here. So the whole melody is because you can easily miss this lower note. And so what I do next is one of the best things I ever played, which is slide from 7 to 5, then from the 8th fret it's the same notes. Then so it's a fast slide from 7th to 5, and then a slow slide from 8th to 3rd fret. And slide from 3rd to the open string. And so in context it sounds like this, slowly. Brilliant, brilliant. Again, in context. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Bluesy beat again. So yeah, very enjoyable song, a very short one and pretty forgotten one, because there are hardly any covers apart from one I showed at the beginning. There are like a few others, also great ones, but all played in standard tuning. And so of course open G tuning makes the difference. I mean, it's like night and day. So I would never ever even try to play it in standard tuning. And I believe the main solo, or this is the main solo, and I mean outro solo, was also played in Open G, because it allows you for this cool and you can easily play these things. So and also this. So I believe it also played in open G tuning, but I'll record the solo on its own. So for that time it's only this solo. And it's so enjoyable to play, I can play it all day long. So it's so very simple, very enjoyable song, and it only adds to the collection of open G songs like Romeo and Juliet, The Fizzy and the Steel, my version of Tunnel of Love, of course, and some others. So it's worth checking out, that's for sure, because it's a very enjoyable tuning to play in. But anyway, see you in the solo section somewhere, sometime.